Hello, everyone. Can you hear?
Ramushi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? You had long drive this week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have some stuff going on because of the relief program, and
Oh,
then
yeah, you are too busy.
yeah, I'm running the disaster relief program. Uh, just a lot of stuff I did not expect it, but it's just happening. But this is the first time I'm doing it, so of course it's taking time, but I'm sure it's going to be slow down later on. Okay. How are you doing and others are doing?
I'm doing okay, mostly on the sidelines, not trading, but I am on the computer daily for some time.
Uh-huh.
Still don't understand the market, and because so much volatility is there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no one understand the market. What's happening with the market? Right. It's very hard.
Understanding is difficult, but it is too volatile
Yeah,
nowadays. So
yeah, I don't blame you on that. Yeah, agreed. Okay, let me just try to get set up my layout. How about others? How's everybody else doing? Okay. How many of you guys trading nowadays? Getting chopped? Yeah, marketing is like crazy. Let me see if I can open these. Mm, Do you see my desktop?
yes, now you can see.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Oh, today I see the more green than typical days, right?
Yes, it become green later, but in the morning it was
In the
all
morning,
red.
yep. Let's see what we see in a month. Look at the whole month. So
Yes,
those who is new with us, I think we share that all the time. Typically, this month of September in the stock market is always historically is always red, bad month to trade. So it's hard to know what's gonna happen, but usually it's bearish. So we see the trend last month, whole month. Microsoft got beaten up 15%. This is like crazy that but if we look at the last 6 months, Microsoft 18%, and Google got 24%, Amazon 22, Meta, what is Meta? Meta got 31%.
yeah, Meta is gone.
Oh man, yeah, I added more Meta. So as it goes down, started coming down below 160, I keep adding it for my long term, account. Yeah. And Amazon 22%. Amazon is just bad news. But look on the other side, this oil and gas. Look at Exxon. Exxon, it's just a crazy 93. Holy cow. This one is crazy move going up. Those holding on it, I used to have a lot of these when it was around 55, but I sold it when it came up around 60s. Now I just, man, who knew it's gonna be like this, right? But I was happy with the profit. But then the other side, when I took some of these Google, Microsoft, all the big one, and I'm also getting beaten by like many of you. So you never know what's gonna happen, right? What do we see on S&P? S&P, look at an S&P, oh, you know, why is it close this to the S&P side, S&P 500, year-to-date performance. If we are looking for the whole year, Apple is like, Apple is just like on fire. Still on 154. Comparing all of them, Apple and Tesla, those two is like yearly positive. And the rest, good companies are really beaten up. So what's gonna happen? No one knows. But this week and on Wednesday, when we'll see what Fed is doing with the rate. Based on that, we'll know the market direction. I want to hear from other people. I see that we have some few folks new. Want to see what type of questions you guys have, what you guys do. So if it is interactive, it will be easier. Okay. No one wants to ask any questions or share anything.
Yes, Mushi,
Mm-hmm.
I have the question that we are hearing about recession and market is volatile. There are so many factors going on which can affect the recession.
Mm-hmm.
And major is, of course, what I feel is inflation. And so what is your opinion and how things are moving now?
My opinion on
On recession, because what is the possibility and in your opinion, and which factor are supporting that facility, possibility?
man, nobody knows the sector part, but what I would do, let me just open up this. How about others? What other questions do you guys have? What are you guys doing? Anybody's buying, or you guys are all watching the market? Okay.
Everybody looks mute.
Yeah, everyone is just watching the show. Analysis of market 6 to 12 months. Okay, analysis of. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, let's see. SPY, what do we see on SPY? That's the S&P 500. S&P 500, look at that, is even if we look at a weekly basis, at some point, it was not too long ago. When was that? In November last year? Last year, November, it was around 473. People are thinking it's going 500 all the way. A lot of people said it's going to go, 500. Didn't happen since then. Since last year, November, started coming up. Actually, not in November, January. February, November, you see that around the time, you look at the time here, timetable. It's a January time. Since then it started like what you're looking at weekly started coming down. It came all the way down here, 362, up, trying to get back up. Now, because of this September number, we're going to see what happens. But if you look at last few weeks, it came down. And this in 2 weeks ago, it was big down. Last week, it's barely tried to stay positive on this one last week. But if I look at on the daily here, the same way the signal is trying to do. It's trying to do the same thing, try to see what's going to happen this coming with the Fed. And then based on that, we'll find out if market is going to go down to here again, go down more, or it's going to turn around. Yeah. So, I mean, last few weeks, we're seeing that it's just, it was a panic on the market is right now wholly scared was of the Fed. Fed is trying to keep inflation around 2%. This based on all the other economic data, everything is happening and layoff is coming in. I'm not sure is that direction is going to be. So we'll see that this week, the market, if they are going over 75 base point, 100 point, then you will see the market is coming back like crazy. More sell-off is going to happen. Else, if it trade as if like 75 basis point, if they're saying they're not going to be more aggressive, keep raising 100 basis point, then maybe you might see it's going to try to turn around. So short term, yeah, more painful. But if you look at month wise, you have to know this is September is historically what I mentioned earlier is always bad month. October is what? After September done, October is like, okay, it might fake out, just trying to tell us it's going to go up. But then remember November coming up, November big election. That's when everything we are going to find out. Are they, is the Democrat is going to be still in Senate and Congress? Based on that, market is going to have a huge turnaround. So if you look at next 2-3 months, is very volatile. So what I would say, even though this coming week they are not increasing that much, it might try to come back up around here, but it's a fake out. It won't be stable until election over. Okay. So that's what we see on SPY. If I look at Nasdaq got even beaten up a lot more. QQQ is gonna it's try to go down. If I look at it on the on here, what do I see here? You see that from 400 to 291 came down to 69 and it's tried to go around 300 around that time when it was in August. And since then it's just like big weekly big down. And 2 weeks ago it was huge sell-off, which we know not last week. 2 weeks ago, huge sell-off happened. And now it's just trying to see if it can turn around. Right. So this week also you might see if same thing story because of the Fed, what Powell is saying and what other indicator they are looking at. Based on that, we'll see if it's going to turn around. But for now, it does look like short term. If you look at some of the short term, it might is ready to turn around, but we cannot tell until that Wednesday. In the short term, is it going to be on a positive side or is going to again go down to more sell-off?
But Mushi, they are expecting 0.75.
75 basis point there. Market is going to be fine, going to go up if they're saying okay, they're going to be increasing 75 and they are based on all the other economic indicator, they are not seeing the danger zone that they have to increase 100 basis point. That's why a lot of sell-off is happening because some of those Fed chair and others are mentioning that or other indicator, unemployment, and they're seeing it slow down, and election coming up, and the inflation, all this going higher. So in order to control that inflation number, Fed is too much into having inflation around 2%. But because of all the other things went higher, and price indicator, price goes higher, they don't not they are not considering other indication that, hey, maybe we can adjust, we do not have to stay within 2%, we can be there around like 3%, 4%, then it should be fine. So I think there is some kind of, because of some political issue, they want to keep it around 2%, and they do not wanna. So Michael, I wonder where can I find this real-time data? I do not know what real-time data. All this real-time data, depending on market, if you trade, you'll find real-time data. You're going to see on it's going to come in real time. If stock trading the data, economic data, you can Google it, the economical data, and you're going to see there is a bunch of websites out there that's going to be giving you public data. Google Finance, Yahoo Finance also has some real-time data. When I say not real-time, they're not that real-time, but if you do, there are commercial services out there that you have to, and there is no single commercial services is the best. You just have to kind of use based on what you are looking for.
So Mushi,
And data is a very generic word, so I can't, if you can unmute yourself, tell what it is, but other than that, I cannot tell what's your, what type of things you're looking for.
Mushi, if it goes 1% interest rate,
Mhm.
so will the market turn around again, or will it be, how it will affect the market?
Market
Okay.
is based on this week data. Market will might try to turn around, because last 2-3 weeks you can see it's just trying to turn around. However, because of this Fed, different people saying different thing, means nothing. Whole month of August, it was all speculation. What will Fed do? Now is the time. In September, they are looking to see next few months, are they going to be increasing only September, and October they'll say, hey, maybe we are increasing 75 basis point, and October is like they are not going after more than 75. They saw it, and then they might slow down. Slow down means November, December, January. Then next year, they based on all the economic data, they will readjust approach. If that happens, yeah, then market might try to go up as if it's ready, come back up, but it will be short term. It's not going to be long term because of the election coming up. Yes.
But Mushi, the other factors mean the war, Ukraine war, and the energy crisis, something
Yeah,
with the China, and
that's gonna happen. It's ongoing. Holy Ukraine Ukraine is not right now. That war is going to keep going. It's not going to be ending in 2 months, 3 months. There is a lot of stuff happening, but the effect happening in Europe more than us, because you already see the energy, gas. Europe is going way over crazier than us. But some of this stuff also getting affected to us. Our gas bill is going higher here in USA. Energy bill also getting affected, and other commodities also getting affected because of the war. But they are not seeing it, this war is going to be so ending tomorrow. But since market assumed it's not going to be ending so tomorrow, and there are other things in within the country, election and Senate is coming up, and then there's housing market also, we are seeing the slowing down. And soon here in US, you're going to see that unemployment data is going to go higher because of this layoff is going to happening. So when all this layoff is going to happening, that in next 2 months, 3 months, the ripple effect is going to be more people are struggling with paying their bills. So I would not be surprised to see them come up more stimulus package or try to do something to help people. but market doesn't have anything right now. Looking at in the long term, very stable. But in order for them to reset the market, that they are saying that when are they going to say is all we are already into recession? But typically 2 quarters in a row, whenever the earnings are down, so they can declare a recession. Now, current Fed is not declaring it because if you look at last quarter, a lot of companies, especially big cap, they did very well. Earnings those, but their guidance was slow down for this coming quarter. So I think when we see that these earnings coming up around October again, that's when things are going to say, hey, now we see. So we see that things slow down, and next two earnings, there is not much good sign that next two earnings is going to be positive. So they will be forced to say it, we are in recession.
Mhm.
Yes, so I'm not going to be name out Democrat, Republican, both party. I guess they need to look into the bigger pictures, right? Currently, yeah, overall, all of those politicians, no matter what you do it, you look at it, they are creating a lot of regulation that do stop those inside trade, and they know the news. They're making money like crazy, but meanwhile, if the retailers and others don't have inside information, no, they're all losing money. Yep. Well, energy, gas, all this stuff is going to go much higher. So yeah, I mean, how is going to be balanced between Democrat and Republican? Typically, that's in the history. If you look at last 50 years, 100 years, you cannot have Democrat control all of them, Senate, Congress, and it doesn't work like that. So definitely this November, people they are projecting that that the Senate and Congress is going to be balanced. Hopefully, that might be a good sign for the market.
But Mushi, this OPEC, they are going to reduce their production in October because the economic activity what they see will be reducing. So that's why a little bit I was trying to figure out the possibility of recession. So other factors, ECB is also increasing the rate, and South Korea, I saw the inflation they have too high, and they are also seeing things like that. So actually, the major thing for me to see these things is oil, means OPEC, the production. So that is a little bit sign of economy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, OPEC energy. I don't do. When I said I don't do energy now anymore much, so I'm not sure. And I'm sure there will be an effect on that, but I do not know much. What's gonna happen on OPEC. Increase their.
Yeah, they are already earlier they reduced due to this economic activities. But last meeting they said that they will be 100,000 barrels per day. They will be reducing from October. So what does it mean? Even Russia, even they are putting some on the Russian energy, and they are also closing something, and they have the issues. But even then, they are going to reduce the production. So it means the demand for the oil has reduced. So only demand can reduce when economical activities are reduced, and that I can say that it leads towards a recession.
Yeah. Typically, that's when recession happens. Yes, energy and those energy, gas, those price also goes higher. And then people tend to not to buy that much. And plus, winter is coming up. When you say winter time, consumption is also going to be slow down, right? So, but then on the other side, when the heat bill and other bills are also going to be get affected. Um, so we'll see. But then I do not know how that's going to be tied with that whole recession. But typically, when there is a recession, energy is prices goes to the roof. Okay.
But if Mushi, if the energy is going to be expensive, it means everything will be going to be expensive.
Yeah, that's
And
what.
even Germany, they have more problems.
Oh,
And of course, if the market demand is more and the supply is less, then of course the prices will go high.
Yeah, whole
And-
Europe is like this, right?
Sorry?
Yeah, whole Europe is going through the crisis, comparing us what we are facing here in US and Canada, right?
US, Canada, I think that will not be so much issues because Canada has enough oil and they can support US, and also US has good relations with the Middle East and things like that.
mhm,
But other Europe, they are feeling more heat for the energy shortage.
right. Uh, yeah, I understand. I see that other folks are asking about politicians. Where do it is? I do not know any any website you can see what politician is doing what. Twitter is the only way I find out, and others are called naming them. Hey, so and so has done this big trades and follow it, and especially the Nancy, the Congress chair, she does.
And Mushi, I think 2 weeks earlier, 3 weeks earlier, European Union, they announced that about 300 billion euro
Mhm,
for the loan for the countries who will be affected with the high prices of the energy.
mhm.
So they have set aside this amount. So it means there is a big issue for the energy.
I see.
And meanwhile, they are reducing the production. So that's why I'm saying that maybe this thing is leading toward the recession.
Yeah, recession is a matter of now Democrat is in power, not saying it we are facing a recession. Others are saying Republicans are saying no, we are seeing the recession. That's what I said. It's going to be when election comes in, both power the Congress and Senate is going to be distributed. That's when also a little bit more mm, more transparency, with what's really happening and how to communicate to the general people, right? And just declare it recession or not. So that's what we'll find out. For now, yeah, I mean, based on everything happening, there is sign of recession, but because of some of those number I told you, that economic number, plus they look at economical growth, they saw the growth was always all along is showing higher and higher. The earnings also did not go last 2 quarters in a row, it's going down. So it's something there, not something that current because of the COVID and supply chain disruption and the unemployment, sure, all those things is getting affected. So yeah, there is no new term for it. They're trying to figure out based on
Yeah,
what
so also
happened.
still in some areas in China, still lockdowns are there.
Yeah, but China is still China. If you call our America going to recession, don't you think what's happening in China, they should call the recession in China, right?
I don't understand many things, so that's why
Yes,
I'm
that's
asking.
exactly. It's not that easy. Macro level, micro level. You understand, or we understand, because they are not transparent with the country government and what happens within. That's all ripple effect in all the natural disaster within countries. So here we're talking about the stock, let's say on short term, we cannot predict what's gonna happen in 6 months, but we can say based on technical, sometimes, you just decide, do I really wanna take a trade on this one? And nowadays, anyone who makes money in the market, I know most of them are technical trader. Could they see the red, they're out. They see green, they're out. And many people are happy with even taking small loss but still sit with the cash. Okay, so I wouldn't no, I would not sit here forecast what's gonna happen in 3 weeks. Nobody knows what's gonna happen in 3 weeks. Short term, if you like, there are companies like Microsoft. I'll say, I see Microsoft, I believe in this company. I'm looking, and if it goes certain down, I'll add, because if I have capital, can Microsoft come down to here? Yeah, 238. Yeah, if you look at it, yeah, look how many times here it touched 238. Can it go down more? It can go 192, even 200. Microsoft can go down more because it happened. So if it does, but I believe in the company, I believe what Microsoft is doing. So over time, it's going to turn around. But that's when slowly, if you really want to invest something like the next 2 years, 3 years, who's bouncing back? These are companies strong enough that financially they will bounce back. So invest in the business you believe in. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mushi.
Yep. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, that's what I did say that Microsoft, I will buy more Microsoft. There are certain number. If it does it, I know that I follow this company. I work for them. I know their current the roadmap, what they're planning to do. I will be adding it for long term.
Yeah. So Mushi, what you are saying is that 200, less than 200, what you are saying?
Yes, right. If Microsoft comes and let's say you see that it can come down to 230 area. If market goes worse, right, Microsoft come down to 215 area. If it goes, in the worst case, it can go down 200. I'm going to put a lot of stuff in Microsoft. This is one of the huge business. They are sitting, their cash cow. Microsoft and Apple. I mean, Apple is like overpriced with the current what happening in it. But although it's a great company, we know that it's a great company. But on the current price model, Apple, we can go down. Apple is high priced. There are others you can buy, but Apple is always they come up with all the genius products that it turn around. So if you believe in Apple, yeah, then buy Apple. Tesla, okay. Tesla, man.
So Mushi, hey Faisal, yeah, just a thing on Apple. They usually bring out, before you move on, they usually bring out new products in September, right?
Yeah, September, October, they will come up. Yep.
So usually there's a little blip and it goes up because of the new product launch and then the holiday season sales. So do you think still it's in baby waters, or this potential for Apple to have a little bump?
Apple is not, Apple is a great company. But however, currently the way everything goes down, can Apple go down more? If you look at it, Apple did in how many times Apple come around 138 area. You see that?
Right.
138, 140 range.
It's crazy.
So Apple is right there. So if we see that any pullback is happening in the market, Apple is going to get beaten up more comparing all the S&P. If you saw earlier when we opened up here, here, if you look at the market last 6 months, Apple didn't get beaten up much comparing all the others. You see the Google 64%, Microsoft did, Apple only 5%, 6 months down, right? You see that, Faisal, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
So at the end, you start looking at, okay, which one got beaten up so much and what's happening? So you'll see a little bit going these. Google already get not beaten up more, but they had some also legal issue in Europe going on. All the other side, Google also in unemployment and stuff, or some of the internal also hassle they're going through. But Apple steady whole time. It is steady last 6 months. But if market pull back, these companies going to get more. It has room to go down. So when it has room to go down, that's when as a buyer, you look at it, okay, how low it can go down. We have seen that it happened time after time. It happened 130, 138. So Apple is ready to come down. The market pull back more.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it will get beaten up more comparing on the Microsoft and Google. Because when this happens, it's all sell-ups, just sell a big institution. They are just looking at staying positive. They know the Apple is almost like, liquidity of Apple stock is very high. But when there is a sell-off, they want to just sit with the cash.
Yeah, yeah. I got it. Thanks, Mashi.
Yeah, and Tesla, somebody mentioned Tesla. Tesla is just, Tesla is Tesla. I would not often if so many of us, even including myself, burned Tesla like crazy. It's a big disappointment. Until Tesla, Elon Musk is all the hassle he's dealing with Twitter, and Tesla also has internal some issues, losing some of the key employees and all those. Tesla has a more rough time, just like all the others. It did show like since it is split, it's 309, it came out. It's just short term. I wouldn't be too much keen with Tesla. Hey, it's time to turn around. It's not like they have done much really. It is not as robust as all the other business. This is very volatile. No one knows on the Tesla what's gonna happen, but I would stay away from Tesla for now. If market pull back, Tesla is going to be going like crazy. Look at Tesla 218. Because if all these the Twitter deal Tesla is losing, Elon is going to be forced to buy Tesla, whatever the Twitter, whatever price he did, he made. He has broken trust from the public. When he started selling 6-7 billion a couple of weeks ago before the split to be ready for the fight with Twitter. So if he gets forced, then he needs more money, because now his finance company might turn back. They may not give him as much as Leo what he had earlier because of the recession, and all this might happen. So Tesla may have more challenge coming up, just like any other business. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's a great company though, just like others. Okay. What else you guys are doing? I know that Faisal, I see Srinivas and Srini, you guys are here. Are you guys watching the market updates we put, on SharePoint sites or stream?
Just going through your summary, Mushi.
Okay. No, that besides the summary and Srini, that just want to let you guys know that start watching those, because those videos, I see that some folks already mentioned that it's really helpful, because I know that Mr. Bajwa and John all the time, John Lee, when I'm talking about, he's the one watching it, and Faisal, not this Faisal, there is the other Faisal, very active, and it's helping them.
Okay.
Yes, Mushir, it is really very helpful because you get the update, the high level update for the market. So
Right.
you can connect the market with those updates, so
Mhm.
you can feel something
Right.
that you know what is going on.
Right. And then, like, you guys saying Abdul and others, experience on trading, they are trading, and they're like more scalping. That's as soon as they make some trade, he makes money, he gets out.
But nowadays they are not sharing much because the market is volatile, and that might be the reason.
Mhm. Yeah, those who is new, just some advice. What I would say, truly, honestly, please just do not buy anything for now. Just watch there are too many YouTube stuff out there. And one of the thing I'm planning to do, you are going to see this soon, that there are so many stuff out there, but at least try to understand the something called technical analysis and fundamental analysis, and just what it is, or what I would say, do not go too much. Just watch whatever company you really like, or just about. Tesla, Microsoft, we talked about, let's say, Tesla, Microsoft, Apple, and well, let's say Google. Um, Google, everybody knows what business Google is in. So when you start looking at this business, starting these and another one, a website earlier, that what I did when I opened up this one. This is a great website you can go, called finbiz.com. And when you go there and you want to learn, just like Google GOGL, you type in the company, and then they start showing you a lot of the chart. Initially, do not get too much. I will try to understand. Green means higher, going higher. Red means people are selling, going down, down, down. You see, so that at least it gives you an idea. Okay, selling, selling, selling. Can it go down? Everything tells you it goes down more. It can go down more. You see that around here. Now, at least visually you can tell, and there is a lot of math behind in the stuff. Then start reading at news. When you come in, this comes in real time. Every day it comes up. Like today, 4:45 p.m. September date, right? Once you start reading some of those, it's coming from Zacks, Bloomberg, Motley Fool. These are reputable companies that you are reading news about. So that will give you some idea of what's happening, who is selling, who is buying, and slowly you're going to build at least some knowledge what happened. And you see that here, overweight and things there, the other people are saying when is buy, sell, overweight, this gives you some idea. What are other analysts saying? Is this too overpriced or is too cheap? So it gives, and then that's who are the one giving those ratings about that stock. It's almost like when you have a credit score, and you do not rely on one company score, you have multiple company score. This is some of the analysts from these companies are most of the time they try to be biased, but some of them are not. But at least it's a good way to see what they are saying, what price it should be. Okay. So this is if you are new, this is a great one to start looking at, and then see how big company Google is right now, almost like a $1.3 trillion business, and that can say, okay, it gives an idea, it's a lot how big that company is. So take your time to learn, my friend. It's just like when you go to college, you spend 12 years, 16 years to get a job, right? And then you get a job, you start saving money, and you're making money. So same way, give yourself some time to learn. And I will, when I say promise, I will be more often will be doing this kind of stuff moving forward. So join us. We have a lot of free sessions and unasked questions like many folks, we're learning every day. Right? Learning never stops. And when it comes to stock market, a lot of people are going to be say on the media, CNBC and others, buy. It's a bull. When Kramer says I'm the magic button, booyah, buy this. If Kramer would be doing, if somebody would be buying everything Kramer says on TV, they will be, I know so many people got wiped out already. So you do not want to buy based on what Kramer says. You want to buy based on what you know about. You know about the company, how much you know. When things goes down, so you are not going to be in panic mode. You will have more confidence. Okay. Okay, I hope that's helpful, folks. I know some of you said, please tell you something you are new, and this is the best time. If those who is new, this is sometimes over smart or it's gonna kill you. New, start fresh, keep learning, and then start with small. Okay. And I see others. Any other questions, guys? Was it helpful? Okay, you guys went on either some of you guys are having dinner or lunch or wherever you are at. All right, thank you guys for joining. I will see you guys again on very soon. You are going to see that I will be keep adding bunch of more sessions soon.
So Mushi, so this session you will be on and off, and do you plan to do it regular?
Yes, I'm Mohan Singh, going to keep regular. Just I am doing a disaster relief and sorting out some of the details, logistic, especially with the customs. And currently, I have how many? 3 container. Each container is 27 tons of foods and clothes. I'm sending in Pakistan relief, flood relief. So we are planning.
I see sometimes your activity you are putting there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to put it
Mentioning-
all this here, there, but yeah, we have, because of that disaster relief program we are adding in part of our charity. So it's a lot of paperwork I have to do with the logistics side. So that's but give me a few weeks and hopefully I'll sort things slowly down and then we'll get there. Okay. And then I'm asking other folks also, just step forward. I know there are many others, like me, we all got beaten up. So people lose faith in the market. Oh, I want to mind my own business.
Yeah, so Mushi,
That's
you
what
see,
they're
we
saying.
had so many participants earlier. It was more than 100 in the meeting. Right?
Yep.
So there are only few left.
Now their people are all beaten up. I do not blame them, but it happens, right? So what
market is too much down.
it's almost like a rule of the game. Once you learn a game, do not quit the game. You lose all this money and you can gain it back from the same market as long as you don't quit the game.
Yes, sure, Mushi. So that is the only place. If you have lost, you can gain from there. Otherwise,
Exactly. Yeah, why would you want to quit the game and all you just learn the rule of the game? Now rule changed, right? So rule is, and nobody can tell what's gonna happen. But at least when you are in a trade and you see some green, it's always good to work out with the green.
and Mushi, this is also experience because, for example, like me, I started just before the coronavirus, this trading, and that was good after
For a while.
virus peak was gone. The market was up. Okay, it was very good. Looking now, it has gone so much down. So this is experience for me how the things move and what we have to do and the patience work.
Uh-huh.
So whatever the last, so we hope if what I realized, if I am in the market, I will remain there even I don't trade, but I daily sit in the market and check and what is going on.
Mhm.
I believe that I can only gain from here.
Right. Yep. I mean, like we mentioned earlier, market is going to go down more if we see that, based on what happens this week. If it does it, it's an opportunity. If you have the cash, do not put all the cash same time. Slowly buy a little bit, because we know that October, November is going to be very choppy because of the election, and after that, historically it shows December, people start going on vacation. January, just like you never know what's gonna happen with the new year coming up. Everything is going to be reset, and sometimes the next year in March, April time. But if they are calling recession earlier, then next year, March, April, you are going to have a lot of sales coming up. And that's the time, December, January, you sit there and keep buying slowly, the company you really care about, because they will turn around. But you do not buy companies like, what is it? Let's say, this is like crazy. I do not want to call it, but look at, this is a disappointment. At some point, I used to be big fan of this company, but look at it, what a disgrace of this, but because it's not that, there are a lot of political issue also going on that's kills business like this. And if you look at this is almost the same price like when it first came IPO. This is ridiculous. This company, a company like Alibaba is $238 billion. This is crazy. Where when you look at a company like, let's say, Tesla, Tesla is almost like close to $1 trillion. Yeah, look at 969, close to $3
Oh, it is close to trillion.
trillion. This is like crazy, right?
Yes. and Baba was sometimes 500 billion or 600, 500 billion, I think.
Yeah, Baba at some point is Amazon. Baba was going to get bigger than Amazon, right? But right now, look at how is Alibaba and all this stuff happening. So, is this, nobody knows what's gonna happen? Is this getting delisted or not? So many other variable involved. That's why it's hard to tell what's gonna happen. But the key things is, in all of you look at it when you go this website, it says SMA 200. Anything as I look at this, this line, whenever it's below 200 means it can go down more. If it goes down, that means, can it come to here? Look at the 73. Yes, it can. It just slowly, if you look at it, it came down, and there's a big gap here. There is a gap happen at some point. Can it come here? The 81. It can come down to 81, which is a deep touch somewhere. Next, if things gets worse, Baba is going to come to 70. So you do not wanna invest a company like this crazy. You know that it's a good company, but because of so many other political things going on that outside control, it's risky to invest. So if then that's when you start investing company that in this country. In this country, especially like what I was telling you, look at Microsoft. Microsoft, very solid business. Solid business.
But Mushi, in
Huh?
general, this all Chinese companies, they have a lot of risk because the political things are going
Yes,
in such a
right.
way.
Right. So that's why you buy the thing you buy the thing that you use every day, you're familiar with it, and then keep reading those things. I'm not sharing right now, whoever it says I shared earlier. So, yep. Okay. Yes, political is killing, but politicals, every country, every world is going through this whole political issue around the world, right? So we cannot tell, which politicians are more transparent than others. There are a lot of things going on, but it's your money. So that's why just take your time, but don't quit the game. Don't quit the game, my friend.
Yes, that is the main thing.
Yep. Stay in there and slowly. Yeah, if there is a choice between Baba and JD, yes, John, I agree with you. JD is more stronger than Baba. So I would keep an eye on JD more if you believe in those stocks. Okay. Yep, you can go on KWeb also. That's index, correct? Yep. Okay, guys, it's almost 10 o'clock in New York area, but thank you everyone for joining. I will see you guys next time. Have a
Thank you,
wonderful day.
Mushi.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.